Good afternoon, everyone. My name's Patrizia Torelli, and I'm the CEO of the Australian Furniture Association. The Australian Furniture Association is a national industry body representing the furniture sector across Australia and beyond. It was established to provide a voice for the furniture industry and to support the growth and development of the industry. The AFA works to promote interests of its members, which include manufacturers, importers, retailers, and suppliers of furniture and furnishings, by providing advocacy, education, training, and networking opportunities. The AFA also plays a role in setting industry standards and promoting innovation in design and manufacturing. Today, we're very proud to introduce AFA Premium Partner Viewa. Viewa offers an augmented reality platform that brings products to life by allowing customers to visualize, engage, and interact with them, all from the comfort of their own home. Their unique AR software delivers stunningly realistic 3D product visualization to the furniture industry, including manufacturers and retailers, which ultimately drive customer visualization, engagement, and sales. Today, we welcome Ed Sedgley, Viewa CEO, to describe how enhanced product visualization will be essential as more and more people research items like furniture online. It must be easy for consumers to engage with and easy for manufacturers and retailers to integrate in a cost-effective way to drive a quick return on investment. Welcome, Ed.
Thanks. Hi, Patricia.
How are you today?
Good, thank you.
Excellent. So today we're going to talk about a few of the things that will drive some of the consumer behaviour and how it's changed over the last few years and how this has impacted on digital marketing. Can you give us a little bit of an example of what that looks like?
Yeah, so I guess over the last few years, consumer behaviour has changed quite significantly. And so digital marketing and visualisation strategies need to have adapted to that change. And I think if you think about the main changes, so you've got obviously more people online than ever before. You've got more people now on mobile devices than on laptops when they're looking at purchasing. And at the same time, you've got 81% of people doing research before they buy. So we all do it. You know, you're on your phones, you're at home, and you're flicking through websites, of products that you're interested in. At the same time, we've got better phones, stronger internet and better cameras. So what our clients find is that what you want to try and do with your marketing and your website in particular is try and capture people in that research phase. So if your website is interactive and can stop them during that research phase, allow them to interact with the product, then you're going to capture them, increase dwell time, and ultimately increase conversions.
That's extraordinary. 81%, that's a very high number. What trends do you see emerging in the future? Will that number rise, do you think?
Yeah, I think it will rise, and it's continuing to. More and more people are now using mobiles for shopping and doing their own research at home before they come into a store or before they buy. So I do see that trend emerging. And however, I do also see, and it's still a couple of years away, but there will be an emergence, I believe, also of shopping via wearable technology such as goggles. As they become to get adopted, there will be a percentage of the population that I believe will start to use them for visualization and shopping experiences, which will ultimately eventually become a new revenue stream.
Wow, that's incredible. So can you share some examples of how product visualization has helped furniture businesses or potentially other businesses increase their online conversions? Because that's one of the key leveraging points for our members. They really would love to understand what the future looks like in generating sales leads.
Sure. So I'll talk you through two examples. One example, and at the same time, I'll play this video in the background. So one example of a customer that's really adopted visualization is Warwick Fabrics. Warwick are a fabric manufacturer, and one of their challenges was that when you're looking at fabrics, you can view a swatch and you can get a sample and sense, so you can understand the texture, but what's that's going to ultimately look like on a couch, and what's that going to look like in my home? So we've worked now with Warwick for a couple of years on digitizing their fabrics and overlaying them on a whole range of furniture models, from chairs to lounges to sunbeds to drapes and bedding. So what that enables now is people can go to their website, look at a fabric, see what that fabric looks like on a furniture model, and then they can go one step further, and that's what this video shows. They can then actually click a link. It will open their camera, and they can virtually place that furniture model, for example, that couch, in that fabric in their home. And then while they're looking at it, they can continue to change fabrics to see which one's going to work, with their flooring or their walls or their other furniture. So that's one example of, a company really embracing visualization. Another, I guess, more traditional one is a company called Shots Home Emporium. They have a range of their products, in particular their fireplaces, where they didn't believe they were getting the relevant dwell time on the website, and they weren't seeing the conversions. So they implemented our visualization software. So instead of just having an image here, it allows someone to click view in 3D. And this works really well on a mobile as well, as where they're capturing a lot of people. But now, that fire's there in 3D. You can view it from all angles, zoom in. But what you can do, go one step further. If you click place in AR and you're on a mobile, that will open your camera, and you can virtually place that fire, in your living room or wherever you want it located, to see what it's going to look like. And what they've found is, by allowing people that interactivity and visualization, they've increased dwell time and ultimately increased conversions for the product. And so now they're sort of rolling that out against their wider product set.
That sounds fantastic, and I can't see how any furniture business wouldn't want to take advantage of that. So how can a furniture business leverage technology like AR to enhance their digital marketing efforts and provide a more immersive customer experience?
So whether that's, website, social, or other digital marketing, retargeting, the key is to capture people's attention. And unfortunately, these days, the attention, that needs to be done really, really quickly, because people, as I mentioned, are flicking between different options. So what we find is that if you can leverage 3D or augmented reality or both to stop them during that research phase and allow them to make changes such as materials or finishes, or to view it from all angles, they're then more likely to take the next step with your product. And that online, that could be a purchase, it could be an inquiry, or it could even be coming down to the store. A lot of people will look online before they decide which store to go down to. And Shopify recently did a report, and they've had augmented reality across some of their websites. And they found that if someone uses AR in their home, they're 94% more likely to convert than those that don't, which is obviously quite a staggering statistic.
That is a staggering statistic, and 94% is an outstanding achievement. So apart from ensuring that you're capturing the audience for a longer period of time, what are the other key challenges that furniture businesses might face when they're implementing digital marketing and product visualization tools, and how can they overcome them?
Really, consumer experience is the key. So any strategy or visualization software, it needs to enhance the consumer experience. I've seen some examples of companies that have implemented something that doesn't always work on every device, or can be a bit glitchy, or doesn't highlight the products in their best light. So the first thing is make sure that the software you're using, will work on everyone's device and will display your products and provide a good customer experience. And one of the key we're finding now is to use web-based tech rather than apps. These days, people don't necessarily want to download new apps, particularly if it's for a one-time purchase. So what we say to our customers is just steer away from apps, because you just won't get the adoption that you required. And obviously, the more people that use the product, the greater the ROI.
I hear you. I mean, I'm one of those people that avoids another app. It's almost like another loyalty card in your wallet that you don't really need.
Exactly.
Exactly. So how can digital marketing help furniture businesses stay really competitive in a rapidly evolving market where online retailers and e-commerce platforms are not only gaining popularity, but they have a huge marketing spend to achieve those goals?
Yeah, I think even smaller businesses these days can implement sort of a multi-pronged strategy. And what they can do is if you can leverage your own website, effectively as a platform, and to enable visualization and other features, and then have that in conjunction with a store if you do have a physical store, and then use third-party platforms for extended outreach, it often works the best. A lot of consumers might find a product on one website that's more a marketplace, but then come to your website to get more information to determine if the product is what they need, and to make sure that it's an authentic product. So your website's always important, but you also will need third-party platforms for that outreach. We're also finding that some companies are also integrating not only their digital experience as a way to get people into store, but their in-store experience with their digital experience. An example there is, a number of clients in their store won't be able to hold all their inventory, so they don't have everything available in store. So some of the forward-thinking ones are having in-store experiences that will allow people to visualize products, potentially on their phone, and then make that purchase online rather than in store, which is something that's gaining a little bit, gaining more of a following these days.
So a multi-pronged approach to amplification, I suppose, is what you're really getting at there, aren't you? What role do you think data analytics plays in optimizing digital marketing and sales campaigns for the furniture industry? And how can businesses effectively measure the success of their marketing efforts? Because it is an investment.
Yeah, it sure is. And there's always something else you can invest in. So it's trying to work out, okay, where am I going to spend my marketing funds? And analytics is really a key to that. Without understanding which channels are successful, it's really difficult to know how you can maximize, a return from any of your digital marketing. And look, luckily now there are a range of software options available at lower costs that can assist with analytics. But like everything, does come down to having a really strong strategy internally of spending time to review analytics to work out which channels are working, and then tailoring your marketing budget accordingly.
Fantastic. So, just talking about risks, are there any ethical considerations or other potential risks that furniture businesses should be aware of when utilizing digital marketing and sales strategies?
Look, all companies, within Australia should operate within the Australian privacy principles. And if they do, they're limited, there's really, it's limited whether you're going to become across ethical or regulatory risks. That's what those principles are for. So as long as your company's adhering to them, that's one side of it. But the other side is you do need to ensure that your digital marketing partners and providers are also adhering to those kind of principles, to make sure that they're not breaching the rules and marketing people in a non-appropriate manner.
So I suppose the companies that might be at greater risk might be a smaller furniture business. So can you provide some insights into how those smaller businesses or those with limited resources can effectively leverage digital marketing and sales to compete with the larger players in the industry?
Yeah, sure. And what's happened over the past, say, 5 years in particular is that the digital marketing industry has matured to a degree from the number of software options and providers out there. And so that's helped smaller businesses. So a lot of the platforms for both social outreach to retargeting and even our visualizer, augmented reality product, can be taken on a subscription basis, that is available for smaller businesses, as well as larger businesses, without a major difference in the features that are available. And that's because a lot of these software providers are looking for scale rather than the highest price per client. And because of that, even smaller businesses that, are savvy can have access to the same platforms for digital marketing and sales than as the larger companies.
So it's an equalizer, which is fantastic for the small businesses out there. So just a little bit of a technical question, because I'm not really au fait. What role will the metaverse play in product visualization and digital marketing?
Yeah, a lot of people have a lot of different opinions on this, and whether the metaverse will become, what Facebook, obviously changed to Meta now, has designed it to be. So these days, the metaverse is still, in my opinion, used a lot for gaming. But if you put on goggles, it is incredible how immersive they are. And so I definitely see a future state. It's still a couple of years away, but we're preparing for this as a visualization business where you could put on your goggles, with a partner. Say you're looking at buying a couch for your home, navigate to a virtual furniture metaverse or space, and within that is a whole range of different brands. You can choose the brands you're interested in, visualize the couches in 3D, change out the finishes, materials, or fabrics. If you get one that you like, virtually place that, in your home, see what it's going to look like, and then decide what to buy. And the beauty of that is that could all be done in 15 minutes from home with someone else. So I strongly believe that will become a reality. It will not be for everyone, but there will be a growing subset of people that would prefer that shopping experience than going out to a store.
Fantastic. So just closing, what advice would you give furniture businesses who are looking to enhance their digital marketing via product visualization, just so they can stay ahead in this absolutely dynamic, evolving landscape across our industry?
Yeah, look, there's we do come across some reluctance in the furniture industry to move and to widely consider new technologies. It can often lag behind some other industries. So my advice would be to allocate time to understanding what software and technology is now available, and to decide which ones work for your business. Obviously, they won't all be appropriate for every business, but by spending the time on assessing what is available and what your competitors doing, it will assist even smaller furniture businesses to stay ahead.
That's fantastic. And of course, you and your team at Viewa are always available to help them with that information. Look, thank you so much for joining us, Ed. Your great insights as an industry expert about unlocking the future of product visualization and digital sales has been absolutely tremendous, and how it impacts on Australian companies and Australian furniture and the Australian furniture industry as a whole. We hope this information has been helpful and encourages AFA members to reach out to us with any further questions, and we'll put a link below to where you can access Ed and his team. And you can also learn more about Viewa on the AFA website, which is www.theafa.asn.au, where you will also find details on how to reach Ed and his team at Viewa. So thank you again, Ed. We really appreciate your time today, and that was a fascinating explanation of how the future of sales and leads and digital marketing will work for our industry. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Patricia. Nice to speak to you.